Hey, welcome to Coffee with Deb. I'm Deb Erickson, and I'm the founder of ICANN Institute, where we focus on helping women in the network marketing and direct selling industries grow their businesses and fall in love with their lives. Now, I'm in my favorite place of all. It's called Flying Star in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is the place where it all began for me. See, I was young and I was excited about taking the coaching skills that I'd created in education, where I was a basketball coach, and I wanted to bring them into the network marketing arena. So I started my own business. I found a company that I was so excited about, and I started coaching. I recruited people, I trained people, and then I began to coach them. Well, the coaching was always my favorite part because I was a coach at heart. And so what would happen is my business would start booming because I was recruiting, right? And I was training and I was selling the product and everything was going great. And then I get a group of people and I'd start coaching. And what really was interesting is all of a sudden, it's as if the business growth just stopped. I couldn't figure it out. Till one day, here I am sitting at Flying Star, having my cup of coffee, and I look out the door, and there are like a dozen people lined up to talk to me. See, this was my office back then, and they were literally lined up because they knew that on Tuesdays I was here having coffee, meeting with the team and coaching them. What was interesting about the whole process is I couldn't figure out why was my business actually going slower when people were literally lining up to talk to me? They were lining up to have coffee. They would call me on my phone and say, "Dad, could we please have coffee together?" And then I decided to use some of my coaching analytics, and I started looking at exactly what was happening. What I discovered was I was spending so much of my time coaching people who weren't implementing what I was giving them. And then I had that light bulb moment, right? That aha moment that I was violating one of the top rules of business, which is the 80-20 rule. Now, the 80-20 rule says this, that 80% of your team will only produce about 20% of your results. That's it. That's all they've got. They only have the ability to hit about 20% in your production, in your recruiting, and in your growth. But 20% of your team, those are the high achievers. They will give you about 80% of your profits and your growth. Well, as I looked at who I was coaching, and this is the important part, I was coaching the 80%ers. And what I realized is they just wanted my time and my energy. They just wanted to suck up my mojo and be in my space. They wanted me to look in their eyes and say, "You can do it." In other words, I was building belief, but they weren't using the tools and the tactics and the strategies that I was giving them. I realized that I was coaching the wrong people. Now, please hear me. I'm not saying that the 80%ers don't need your time, because they do. See, you have to learn to give them your time in a group setting. In other words, 80%ers should be put together in a team, and then you deliver training, and you mentor them, and you coach them, and you love on them, and you nurture them, but in a group. And you save your one-on-one time, your coaching time, for those individuals who are going to use what you give them, and they're going to grow. Did you know that 20%ers grow at 16 times the pace? 16 times. See, when I had that aha moment, and I started limiting my one-on-one coaching time to those people who used what I gave them, they implemented it, and they were growing, all of a sudden, my team took off. I had people from corporate calling me saying, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm coaching." But it was more than coaching. It was coaching the right people. So here's my tip today. Coach your 20%ers one-on-one and coach your 80%ers in a group. If you do that, you will be so incredibly pleased with the results. I hope you found something of value today. If you did, subscribe, because you're going to love these Coffee with Deb segments. I'm going to bring you the best of 25 years of coaching and success in the network marketing and direct selling industry. I know you're going to love our time together. So make sure you share it with family and friends. If you have a question that you want me to answer, make sure that you make a comment below. And if you want to check out our website to see what we're doing, there's a list there as well. It's www.icanninstitute.com. You can see everything that we are doing. I'm here because I want to free the women of the world. I want to help you transform your mind. I want to help you grow your business to the top. And most importantly, I want to help you fall utterly, completely, madly in love with your own life. That only happens when you are able to coach your team from a place of power. I want to give you those tools and techniques. I'm Deb Erickson, and this has been Coffee with Deb. You see, I get questions all the time in our office about how do I find balance? I'm an entrepreneur, I'm all by myself, I have to do everything.